Hello and welcome back to the Portage Curling Club, home of the Canad Men's Classic. We are looking at the remaining 8 teams here fighting for a spot of that coveted prize to win here. And with me tonight, I have Trent Ward with me again, and Trent and I will be calling your play-by-play in color. And we're on sheet 6 once again. This time it is Matt Dunstone taking on Brad Jacobs, who's making his first appearance here on sheet 6 tonight.
Yes. Brad Jacobs qualified through the A side, and of course Matt qualified going through the B side. So we're looking for a tremendous game. Of course, Brad Jacobs, the 2014 Olympic gold medalist out of Sochi, and the 2013 Roar of the Rings champion and the 2013 Canadian champion, and was silver medalist at the Worlds that year.
Well, we are just about ready here to start, and Dustin Kidby gets us going. As you can see, Jacobs with the hammer here in the first end. Jacobs throwing the yellow stones, Dunstone throwing the blue stones.
Qualifying on the A side gave Jacobs the right to have hammer in the first end to start.
And they are just going to throw up the center line guard to start this. Right on that, below the Canada Inns Maple Leaf logo. So we're going to have some action right away. And we can see that Jacobs is going to follow suit and actually go behind the guard and play something on the center line.
Yeah, going after the offense right off it.
Fight the 8. Line's good. Fight the 8. Room. Line's good. Go ahead. Yep. Hard for line. Room. Line's good. Bit of room. Fight the 8. Holding. Line's good. Fight over curl if anything.
Sweeper's keeping an eye on this one. It will curl pretty hard at the finish. That's a beautiful shot.
Nicely tucked in and buried. Only a sliver of it available for.
Oh, top 12.
Dustin Kidby with his second stone here in the first end. They elect to draw up to that yellow stone in the 12-foot.
Easy early. Room. A lot of room. Lots of room.
Go around it.
Okay, we got
The Dunstone team is out of Regina, Saskatchewan.
Gatlin's rock.
Matt is a 2-time Manitoba and Canadian junior champion.
Way back, way back,
Yep.
way back.
Never leave it. Hard. You gotta go. Gotta go. Never leave this.
You can go, you can go, you can go.
Never leave
Keep
it.
going,
Hard,
come on,
hard,
buddy,
hard,
come on.
hard, hard.
And that rock slips to the back of the 4-foot, and Jacobs just right away thinking we'll take that one out. Just a lightweight, hack weight.
Follow down, looks like he's calling for hack weight. Just enough to tap it out the back and get some curl, and hopefully they'll come right on up. Lie 2 buried, hopefully.
Ryan Hardin with his his second stone of the end.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This one's got a long way to go. Fry's trying to make it curl.
Fry all the way. Come on, Fry.
It's starting to move now.
Easy, EJ. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch the roll, Fry.
Bit of a roll. And yellow sitting 2 right now.
We'll get a little curl here.
Good start for the Jacobs team so far, so
Firm.
Matt's going to call for the center line run back. Run his own stone back onto the yellow.
Pretty sure you gotta throw it at the edge. Yeah. Firm, buddy.
Catlin Schneider with his first stone here in the first end.
Whoa. Whoa. Close.
Right on the nose, and nice shot.
Rolls fully open. Top of the 12, just off center line. Jacobs team will just call for the straight back take.
The other Harnden, EJ now with his first stone of the game.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
two of them off to the side. Good opportunity right now for Team Jacobs as they had 2 stones in the wings.
Normal.
Yeah, Matt's calling for a hit and roll in behind the, just off center guard.
A very long roll indeed, so
Not heavy.
Clean it.
Not heavy.
Whoa, whoa. No, it's too late.
Nose is okay.
Staying out there, so it looks like he's going to hit it on the nose.
right on the nose for this one. A little tiny roll, but
You like trying the roll?
EJ with his second shot.
Trying to get the hit and roll in behind the Dunstone guard.
Whoa, yep, whoa, 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 whoa! Right. Easy, whoa.
And a hit and stick again here.
Thinking about just making the double and taking it right.
Normal.
Braden Muscoe with his first stone.
Whoa. Whoa, off. Clean.
Joining me in the broadcast booth this morning. Had a fun time.
Hard.
Trying the same hit and roll.
Yep, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, yep. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just a little too much. He's going to peek out the other side and
Leaves it about 7/8 open.
opportunity here for the Jacobs team to hit and roll.
Playing a bumper weight at it. Hoping that it'll come up and curl around enough the guard to get a little bit of an inside roll.
Former Winnipegger Ryan Fry, the third for Team Jacobs.
Clean. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. EJ. Easy, easy.
Need this one to move a little bit if they want the roll inside.
Yep, yep, yep.
A slight roll.
Slight roll, but still a great shot. Partly undercover. Going to make the Dunstone team do the exact same thing.
Of course, Braden Muscoe joining this team, coming from the Carruthers team.
Clean. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean.
Yeah.
Calling the run back.
Whoa, hard.
Off their own, perfectly made and nice shot. But still gives them an opportunity to do a hit and roll with a wide open shot. So we look here at the replay off the top and straight back.
Left the beautiful center line guard, but left the rock wide open that they're trying to hit right now.
Fry with his second stone.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Easy. Easy. Right. Yep. Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
A great
beautiful
shot
roll.
with a great roll.
Fully covered.
Exactly what they were trying to do.
Are you shot if you nut it?
I think so, yeah.
You got to be full 8 plus an inch.
I think even if I hit that, he's coming around on top again.
I don't think so. Maybe if you hit, he's taking his deuce.
I'm pretty confident even with this.
I like it.
I'm still getting that too.
Play for nose.
Yeah.
So hitting this one straight on the nose, tapping it right back to the yellow that shot, and setting one is the plan.
Those are sliver high. I'm going to get a little bit of finish.
Matt Dunstone playing out of Regina.
going to his bread and butter, the run back.
First stone for him in this first end.
Hard! 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 Right to it! Hard!
And this one rolls a little further out and doesn't get shot rock. As it becomes, shot stone. But
Of course, this is game 1 of 4 of the qualifying games, so there's other sheets in play, other games going on. Kevin Cooey's taking on Glenn Howard. Jason Gunlinson's taking on Karnstein Strume. Brendan Botcher is also playing Brandon Calvert in the other matches tonight.
and here we have Brad Jacobs and Matt Dunstone. Jacobs with his first rock in his first end. Looking just to hit and stick. Make his opponent make the perfect roll. Hit, a little roll. Does it stay in? No, it goes out.
Rolls out, mistake there. He had his 2 almost set to go, looking to trade skip stones and go away scoring 2. Now a blank is almost in order now.
Yeah, let's make this good.
Dunstone now with the opportunity to blank this first end, or at least set up the blank for this first end. Moments ago, it wasn't looking too good. It looked like there was a possibility of 2 there for the Jacobs team, but Dunstone just has to hit and stick or even hit and roll out. Dunstone stopping, feels something underneath the rock.
Resetting himself, going through his routine.
Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Close, yep! Whoa, yep! Whoa, yep! Hard!
And they have this one.
Looking for a little
A
roll.
little roll.
Roll out the other side, leaving it wide open.
With that much weight.
Look at that one again here on our replay.
Didn't think it would come up with that, with a little more weight like that.
And as you can see here, the roll was there, but just a little too much. Couldn't get behind that center line guard.
This gives a chance for Brad Jakes to come down, hit and roll out, blank in the end. Keeping hammer, moving into the second.
Final stone of the first end here in Portage La Prairie. Jacobs Dunstone looking for a blank. That's what we got. No score after one end of play. You're watching the 2018 Canadians Men's Classic here from the Portage Curling Club. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Back to the action here in Portage. Like we said, 4 sheets of play going on here, and just 2 sheets completed the first end. We'll get you an update on the score on the Howard Cooey game in just a moment. They haven't put it up on the board.
They blanked.
our game here. Matt's continuing the same strategy he was in the first, putting up the center line guard with his first stone. Of course, we are playing under the 5 rock rule. That one came a little bit further and into the rings. Brad Jacobs ignoring that coming into the rings and is going to throw up his corner guard.
So the chance to see a little offense now, perhaps, in this game. Last end, we didn't see any corner guards. We went straight into the rings in the center and
straight into the rings right off the bat. So a little bit different strategy than in the first end.
Jacobs trying to change things around a little bit. Try his luck a different way. Nice corner guard thrown up by Harden. That's Ryan Harden. Looking for the same kind of shot, Dunstone. Asking Kidby. Throwing a second stone here.
Like it. Halfway, line's good.
Looking for halfway from the hog to the house.
Line's tight. Cat, give it a few. It's gone.
This one's curling quite a bit, but just wants it at the halfway point. And not a bad stone.
Slightly overcurled, leaving the one in the house exposed, probably about 3/4.
And Jacobs not going to play around. He's going to remove that stone and try to roll into a little bit of that cover.
Hits and rolls to the open side of the sheet.
Normal, eh? Yeah, let's go, bud. Big half.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Right off. Right off it.
Just easy.
It's got a chance. Yep. Ah, good try, Cat.
A little roll on that one.
Both of the center line. Completely exposed. Gives Brad Jacobs a chance to get a little bit of hit and a little roll to the inside. Fall under the guards. Looks like a good shot so far.
Nice little roll.
Rolls fully buried under the Dunstone guard.
Cat right on top, bud. Good setup for us. Let's make this freeze. Keep this freeze, yeah.
Matt looking to come down, draw a corner freeze on it. Set up an angle that he could use later on in the end for a takeout, hopefully.
Nice positive 15.
Schneider now with his second stone.
Okay, let it work.
We'd like to soon.
Okay. Line's getting close. Juicy's rock if you gotta go.
Don't have to yet, please. Don't have to.
Not moving at all, boys.
Don't have to yet. No bounce. We cannot bounce here. We're there.
Trying to get a piece of it overlapping.
Yep.
Good roll.
And it's just there. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, hair wide.
Jacobs looking at his options here. He's back 12 weight here. Harnden with his second stone.
Hoping to come down and get a little bit of a tap and change the angles of the rocks.
Nicely gets around the center guard and hits it on the inside. Beautiful shot. As you can see here, going around that guard, just barely makes it by. And
crosses the face and bumps it out.
Beautiful shot.
Matt Dunstone here calling for the run back of his guard.
Muscowie.
Yep. No. Whoa.
First stone of the end.
Hard! Hard!
Beautiful
Great.
double takeout run back to lie 2.
And the run back here, done to perfection.
Team Jacobs moving to the offense, trying to draw. Facing 2 counters, so.
Ryan Fry with his first of 2 third stones.
Hoping to get fully buried under the Dunstone guard on the center line.
Jacobs asking him to keep that going as far as they can. And right on the tee line there.
Fully buried above the tee line. Great shot. Matt Dunstone calling for Braden Muscowie to come down, follow it down, and
Wait only.
either tap it back or corner freeze.
Just go 4. Line's good. Line's good. You can go.
Play the
Looks
weight.
right.
Play
Hard.
the weight.
Hard, boys. Line's perfect.
Both sweepers on it hard, trying to drag it into the
Hard,
4
Matt,
foot.
Never leave it. Hard. Hard. Hard as it goes. Come on. Go, 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 go.
Trying to push this one back. And it's a little shorter than they wanted it to be.
Leaving it in front of the stone, though, is a good option for B. It can be used later to be promoted up to either a takeout or...
Fry with the takeout. On the back stone. Nice play on that one.
Little outside roll. Now lying 2. As we move into skip stones.
Seem to be doing a ton here.
Not going nuts. I think
So
we can go
Dunstone
for it.
I agree.
thinking for the hit and roll here. Trying to get behind some cover.
I think they're trying to get an inside roll and shrink the scoring area down quite a bit.
Real close. Yep.
Dunstone here,
Whoa.
attempting the hit and roll.
Whoa. Yep.
Needs to get a good piece of this one.
Guys are working it hard to keep it in.
And a great roll.
Just finishing at the back of the forefoot. Fully buried.
We take a look at this one again. Dunstone with the very good control weight.
Of course, in their other matches, Brendan Botcher scored 2 in the first to be up 2-0 on Braden Calvert. Kevin Coey and Glenn Howard are deadlocked at 0 in the first. They blanked it. And Sturmey scored 2 in the first to go up on Jason Gunlickson 2-0. Brad Jacobs still discussing what he'd like to try here.
Really, I don't think he's too sure what he wants to do just yet. It's a tough decision. Looks like he's going to come around and try to draw one in.
He's going to.
On his last rock, he does have full forefoot on the other side, so he could be just plugging this up. Unfortunately, we just cannot hear them. Their microphones are not working downstairs, so we're sorry for the technical difficulties.
I believe I think he believes that it'll curl enough. He'll go around his own guard and almost freeze to his one at the top of the 4. A lie 2 with multiple guards. A little bit of a rub.
Wick, and that was fantastic. And 2 stones buried, but
a little bit of a wick to.
You can see here, Sweeper's trying to hold this one and get a bye, and just that little bit of a wick was almost perfect to get him into the forefoot. So Dunstone here.
Dunstone's going to do in a run back. Kind of an angle run back. Drive it in to the middle of the 2 stones.
Let's see what he can disturb.
That's enough.
He's hoping for the double.
He is, obviously. Matt Dunstone with his final stone in end number 2. Hoping for a double with the angle raise.
Whoa. Close. No. Close. Whoa. Right
Needs to come up a little bit.
Come on.
Little wick, but it was not enough.
Didn't curl enough up. Just caught the corner piece and went over the top of the two Jacob stones, leaving him a draw for 3. Needs to be half in the 4-foot on this draw.
So Brad Jacobs, open draw to the 4-foot. Needs to get a good piece of the 4 in order to score 3. Take a good lead in this one.
In-turn draw attempt. About 14 seconds from hog to hog.
And that looks like a beauty.
Comes
3
the
points for the Jacob squad. They lead it 3-0 after 2 ends of play. The 2018 Canadians Men's Classic here at the Portage Curling Club. We have many proud sponsors, and we're just going to take a few moments to thank them for their generosity and their support. And welcome back to the Portage Curling Club. 4 sheets of play here tonight, and we're going to allow my good partner here, Trent, to run down what's going on in each one of the sheets. Trent?
Sturmey is still up on Gunnlaugson 2-0. Kevin Cooey, they're still at 0. They've banked the ends. And Brandon Botcher is up on Braden Calvert 2-0 still.
And here we have a 3-0 score in favor of Jacobs. First opportunity for Matt Dunstone to try the hammer and see what he can accomplish. So he's going to be putting up one of those corner guards right away.
Line's good. We can go high one. High one.
Well past that. Probably to his feet.
Brad Jacobs going on the offensive, bringing it right into the 4-foot on the button.
One more even. Good spot.
Jacobs looking for one top 12. Complement the other stone he's got in the 4-foot right now.
Sweeper's looking at pulling that one in.
Needs a little bit of help.
Trying to get it over and freeze it right to the 1.
Instead, they'll just take that one top 12. Kind of the original idea of that stone, but Dunstone now will just try to run back both of those.
They're offsetting, so we could actually run them back, make the double, and stay right there. Kevin Cooey has scored 1 in the second to take a 1-0 lead over Glenn Howard.
Line's good. Let it work. You can. Okay. Yeah, give it a few, Ma.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, give it a few. Okay, line's good. Line's good.
And what we thought was going to be a run back double. Turns out to be a guard, so the line looked like it was going to be a run back double. So.
That's what we thought he was calling, but that's why we're up here.
Exactly. Jacobs now throwing up his guard up front. So the winner of this game will take on the winner of the Botcher-Calvert game tomorrow morning, or early afternoon at noon. While the winner of the Cooey-Howard and the Sturmey Gunlingston game will take each other on as well at the same time. So now Dunstone, I believe, is now looking at the running back double.
Yes.
Clean up. Whoa. Yep.
So you just want to go straight back. It's one, and the guard leaves his rock right in place.
Good shot, although the double was not there, that he left his center line guard, and now he has his own stone to run back. Brad Jacobs thinking that, so he's going to try and make the run back even harder by throwing another center line guard, a high center line guard up.
Canad now with the opportunity to draw one.
Want it to rest center line, just above the Canad in logo.
This one's starting to move in now, and a center line guard kind of offsetting, so perfect opportunity. Stone is looking here at his options.
Go hit it, and then we can get at that.
Yeah, you're probably just in here and rolling here, which is fine.
Pretty good.
Sure.
You like that or no?
No, I do, yeah.
You have to.
Give me like back. You got the full back line probably. Yeah, we're hitting it pretty thin. You're looking for a quarter.
Of course, you've had great crowds here all weekend. Another good crowd tonight here at the Curling Club.
A lot of people are really enjoying this championship level action. A lot of amazing curlers, Olympians, Canadian champions, all here in Portage la Prairie, fighting to win the Canadians Men's Classic.
Yep.
And that $18,000 check, $56,000
Whoa.
available for the teams this weekend.
Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hard. You can't leave it. You can't leave it. Whoa. Shooter.
And for this one to sit.
That ain't good.
And gets a biter out of that one and one in the back 12, so
Attaboy.
not too bad when you have the hammer.
Curl a little more than he wanted to, and he chipping it off, but still kept it in play. And we'll see if that biter comes into play.
Skip very happy with that. He said, way to go. And Ryan Fry now in the hack. Looking to remove that top stone.
Trying to get an inside roll.
Get the roll. Does he got the double? Does he got the double? Just about.
Just missed.
As we take a look at this one again, just a thin piece of the top one. And almost, and I mean almost, had the back one.
That's the rotation of the rock. Going clockwise. Rock comes underneath. Just missed. Great opportunity for the Dunstone team now to get there too. Looking for a tap back.
Piscoe with his stone. Coming at that yellow in the house. His rock starting to move now. Nice little tap back. And Dunstone gets that one out of the house. And now they're setting themselves up for a 2 in this end. 2 stones in play.
A few more rocks come to play and chance of a double here for Ryan Fry to make. Rock at the top of the 4s. Pretty much fully exposed. Especially on the left-hand side that he wants to hit and roll over. Of course, the Jacobs team is known for their hitting and their doubles. Very strong hitting team.
Ryan Fry with his second stone. This one's hanging out there a little bit. Last second. 1. And again, right beside that stone.
Just underneath it.
So close. Take a look at it again. Look how thin they have to hit this one and how precise you have to be, but just a hair off of the result that they were looking for.
Now Matt Dunstone is looking to come around his corner guards, his double corner guards.
Fry close on both those shots. Make one of those and this end changes completely, so.
Yes.
Yep, yep. Hard line. Line's good. Top beat.
Show 'em where
Yep,
you
hard
want
line.
Schneider and Kidby working hard on this rock.
Hard. Just once you're done.
Past the guards, no problem. Just need to get it inside the rings now. Let it finish on its own, and a beautiful shot deep under cover.
Fully buried by 2 corner guards.
So Jacobs looking at the one that he can see on the far outside 12 and going to make a play on that one right now.
Trying to manage the damage that could be done this inning. If you try to attempt for a tap back or anything like that on the stones, and 3 would come into play, so manage the scoreboard a little bit here with the 3-point lead. Maybe try and get a little bit of an inside roll.
Brad Jacobs with his first of 2 stones here in this third end of play. Looking for a hit and a little bit of a roll in. This one looks like it could be hanging a little bit out there, but nope, right on the nose.
Straight on the nose.
That leaves Dunstone now the opportunity to sink one in behind his 2 guards. Try to bury it for 2 good points. Make it hard then for the Jacobs team. Though you have to remember there is still that center line guard that is there, so.
Let's make this. 50, you know the time.
Right on top of us, boys. Pretty much full speed ahead, eh? I got a 15-5 on him. Okay. Yeah, we're just going top 12, so 6 feet less than driver.
Matt taking his time in the house.
Matt Downstone looking for a draw to the 12-foot behind cover on his first of 2 skip stones.
Easy early, easy early.
Room! Room, guys!
Whoa, that's too much. I need top 12. Whoa.
Way too much line!
Whoa.
Waiting for this rock to turn.
Catlin, it's you. You're playing the freeze, Catlin. Whoa, can't bounce, so. Gotta freeze it dead on, buddy. Okay, don't bounce it.
You let this rock come to a stop on its own. Freeze them up.
Completely buried
Great judge, boys.
by a double guard.
Sweepers do a good job by not over sweeping is what he's just saying as he slides on by.
Oh, he didn't want to bounce off it into the open, leaving a chance at a double or. Now Brad Jacobs is trying to follow suit and come around those 2 Dunstone rocks. Forcing Matthew to make the decision of going after that or drawing to the 4-foot for his 1.
Brad Jacobs. Last stone here of the 3rd end. Trying to bury one. Sweepers keeping an eye on this one. Want this one to hide in there. And I'm not sure that's the shot that they really wanted to play. I think Dunstone has a good shot of just dropping back on that one, tapping it out, and getting his 3 in return.
It's about half buried. He probably wanted to go a little bit further back into the rings and be fully buried. Does have a corner, little piece of it open. Dunstone will try a soft weight hack shot, tap it out. And get the 3 back that he gave up in the first, or the second.
Speed, we gotta be good as new here, eh? What do you think of the broom we got here?
Matt Dunstone with his final rock of this 3rd end. Opportunity just to tap back that yellow with hack weight and sit 3. Tie up this game after 3 ends of play.
Just clean, Deuce.
Whoa!
Clean.
Whoa!
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Clean.
Waiting for it to come off the center line.
Both sweepers on it hard.
Yep, gotta go.
All the way.
Hard!
This rock is moving
Clean! Whoa.
beautifully behind the guards, and nice little roll into the center. That's 3 points for the Dunstone squad. We are all tied up after 3 ends of play. You're watching the 2018 Canad Inns Men's Classic. We'll be back after a few moments.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inns Destination Centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
And we are back here at the Portage Curling Club. Trent Ward, Kent Plating calling all the action here tonight in this, best way to look at it, qualifier. And 8 clubs playing on 4 sheets here tonight. And we will keep you up to date on each one of the sheets on what's going on here. Our game, though, all tied up at 3 as Matt Dunstone and his squad end up getting 3 in the third end, and we are tied. In some of the other games, Sturme is up 2-1 on Gunlickson. Howard taking 2 in the third end on Coe. And Botcher is up 2-0 on Calvert after 3 ends of play, I believe. So as the scores come in, we will keep you up to date with what is going on. We are in the 4th end of play right now, and Ryan Harnden with his first rock. Jacobs now with the hammer.
Dunstone threw up the center line guard on his first shot.
And this time Jacobs going around, I think.
Yes, trying to follow suit as he did in the first end. Opting not to throw the corner guard.
It's interesting how the strategy changes from end to end. If you carry the hammer, you don't get the results you want, by following in the center guard. If you have the hammer, next end you go back out to the sides, and you just keep kind of going back and forth, seeing how your opponent plays in each different scenario. So we're back to going towards the center.
Line's good. Line's good. You can go if you have to. Stay close.
So they're saying this one's going into the 8-foot.
Hard line.
Matt looking to some sort of freeze on the Jacob Stone at the top of the 8.
Hard, go. Hard. You gotta hold the line. Good shot.
All the way up there. And the 2 shots kiss each other.
Brad Jacobs calling for the same shot to come in, tap the rocks, change the angles up.
Plenty of room for this rock to make its way around. They're just trying to freeze it up there with the other ones. A little bit short, but still usable.
Good shot on the angles, because now the Dunstone team can't run their center line guard straight back. Have to hit it on some sort of an angle in order to get.
Does it ever make sense to just try and pick that? Chisel this off?
Is it any good with easy? Just a sliver high?
With the run? Yeah?
I don't know.
Even if we dead nose it, it's pretty good.
I think it, yeah.
I don't hate throwing more like firm at it though. Yeah, you have.
Firm, you're not sticking it.
You like
though,
in?
eh? Like you roll, if you stick it, you roll over, he just noses it, he's got the house split. Yeah, but then you're rolling off further too. I think it's got to be thrown with easy.
Yeah, we don't want our shooter going very far.
I don't think we want to.
Or we just dead nose it then.
What? No?
Normal?
This is okay then. Just nose it then. Okay, nose it. Hair high.
Normal,
okay.
hair high, do this.
Playing the hit on this one.
That's kind of way to do okay. Okay, let's toss. Nice smooth throw. Just a moment.
A run back.
Please.
Schneider.
Yep. Yes.
Rock starting to curl. Caught the center line.
Hard.
They're working hard on this one to keep it straight. One. Catches the blue one in the 8-foot. Kind of separates everything there.
over curled on him a little bit too much, hit the wrong side of the top rock. And Brad Jacobs calling for a draw to the wings. Hoping to lie 2 with this.
Sweepers are just keeping this one for line. Seeing the weight is there.
Need to keep it full 8.
Yeah, nice rock there. Once again, Dunstone looking at moving some rocks in the front.
Yeah, I threw it like just off nose and it came up. Good broom. Just firm.
Catlin Schneider, second rock of the end.
A little bit of a straighter run back on all the rocks.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
This one, well, did him a small favor. Removing the yellow and the 8-foot.
Shot, Cap.
Not quite sure what Jacobs is looking for here. I did hear him talk about splitting the top yellow a little bit, but
He's decided to play the guard. Replace that guard that was just taken out.
I did say 8-foot here, so I think they may be looking at tapping that yellow in the front. Or I misheard. We could hear some of the other rigs going on, so I thought I heard 8-foot, so a bit of an apology there.
7-8.
Matt Dunstone calling for another run back.
As we said before, unfortunately, we're having some technical issues with the Jacobs and Fry mics,
Yep.
so we cannot hear their strategy. We got to do a little bit of guesswork.
Yep.
And rocks are going everywhere here.
Dunstone team has been trying to set that run back up.
Finally get it, but they just couldn't get that last yellow out in the back of the house.
No, leaving that one in for shot stone.
So Jacobs with some options here. Looking at just drawing to the 8-foot there.
In behind the Dunstone corner guard. Or the other plan would be to freeze up against the Dunstone team on the tee line on the 12-foot.
Looks like he likes that one better, so they are going to play the freeze. Ryan Fry, first to 2 for him in his 4th end.
Of course, they're trying to score multiple points here, so Brad's trying to think of the different ways of getting that done. Just removing the Dunstone stone would have maybe set up a double to try, so freezing down to it.
Beautiful freeze. Definitely makes it difficult for Dunstone to remove that stone and keep his blue. So just looking at removing as much as he can.
think what Matt's hoping for is that the top yellow stone is going to come off the blue one and head across the rings and take out the yellow one is what he was lining up, rather than the natural double of
Playing to the inside,
the inside and roll over, because that one jams all day.
And that yellow one does roll over. It jams. He's trying to get the other one out. It is no longer shot stone, so Dunstone now with shot rock. Another look at that one.
Great attempt at it.
And Dunstone working hard of moving the rock that's going the opposite direction into the middle of the 12-foot.
Team Jacobs here looking just to hit and stick right on the nose, leaving as much separation between the two rocks.
Dunstone now lying, pardon me, Jacobs now lying 2 here. Dunstone has the chance here. He's looking at the double. How does that play out? So about a third of a rock.
Looks like it, yep.
So Matt Dunstone looking at getting a good chunk of this one and rolling over to knock out the other yellow. Take away the chance for a deuce for Jacobs.
Matt Dunstone with the double attempt.
And just too thin.
Overcurl a little bit, hit too thin.
Now Jacobs and Fry. Looking for options. Of course, we are here in Manitoba, and the Winnipeg Jets are playing right now, and Patrick Laine picking up the goal. He hasn't had a goal in 3 games, or a point, I think, in 3 games, so kind of get you updated on hockey at the same time as as what's going on here at the curling rink. And a beautiful goal by Laine. Wait till you catch that on the replay reel tonight. In the meantime, back to curling.
Yes, Brad Jacobs is looking at placing the rock somewhere where a double is not available and try and score his 2. Of course, Matt Dunstone, being a great hitter, will almost 100% of the time, will, if it's not perfectly, will go after the double. Updates from the other games, though. Surmey has gone up 4-1 on Jason Gunlitzen. Scored another 2 and 3. Brad Jacobs looking at splitting the rings now is what he's finally decided on. Of course, we're down to 8 teams. We started at 24 Friday morning.
Tonight we'll be down to 4 by the end of the evening, and 2 by 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So Brad Jacobs with his first of 2.
trying to line them up straight across from each other, eliminating the double. Which pretty much done. Now Matt looking to hit the outside one and roll him behind his corner guard. Trying to get the protection somewhere out on the ice.
Needs to at least get half of the 8-foot. Prefer, though, to go right behind that blue and make it a little more difficult for Jacobs to get his 2.
Clean. Off. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Roll. Hard.
Looking for the roll.
Attaboy.
Not too bad.
About 3/4 buried.
Second look at that shot as Dunstone gets a good chunk of that back 12 rock and gets the nice little roll in to the 8-foot.
Leaving himself shot, so forcing the Jacobs team to make a play on that stone. A little bit covered, but of course, this is a beautiful facility here at the Portage Curling Club, located in the Canad Inn's Destination Center in Portage or Prairie. We got great seats up here in the tavern overlooking the sheets.
Brad Jacobs with his final stone here of the 4th end. Needs to remove the blue stone and sit shot rock, push it right out of play.
Nice tap back.
Great job. No roll there. It is a hit for 2. And we've got a 5-3 game after 4 ends of play. You're watching the 2018 Canad Inns Men's Classic here at the Portage Curling Club. Let's take a look now at some of our proud sponsors for this year's event. Brad Jacobs scoring 2 in the 4th end, and we have a 5-3 game here in Portage La Prairie. Ken Platink, Trent Ward calling all the action tonight in this qualifier. 8 teams left here in the event. By the end of the evening, we'll be down to 4. Brad Jacobs, though, as I said, scoring 2 in the 4th end, and now handing the hammer over to Matt Dunstone and his squad. We'll see how their strategy will play out as we play the 5th.
Of course, Team Jacobs keeping with the offensive side, throwing up the first rock into the 4-foot center line. Perfect placement in front of the tee. Dunstone team is going to throw it up their corner guard. Brad Jacobs looking to have Ryan Harden follow the rock in now. Placed just in front of his stone that he placed his first shot. An update from one of our other games. Kevin Cooey scored 2 and 4. Has now taken a 3-2 lead over Russ Howard. As they play the 5th end. Now, do you believe this time he's calling for a second corner guard, where we thought last time he was throwing asking for a takeout, but
We both got fooled in that one. He was right beside the rock, so it did look like it was.
It was the same ice for the takeout.
Yes. No, he is throwing up the guard. He's looking for some offense in this 5th end. Dustin Kidby with the corner guard.
Has his offsetting corner guards.
Jacobs looking to put one in front of the rings now. The other Harden, I should say. And this is EJ. And they get this one sort of a quarter of a way up the hog line to the house, so not a bad placement for them, but good
Just
opportunity here for Dunstone to just come on in here and freeze up. Or in this case, he looks like he's going to play the hit on the 2 yellows up front.
He's hoping for a hit and roll in behind his 2 corner guards.
You can see just enough of it here, as we can see from our broadcast booth. It's about, let's say, 3/4 of the rock. So
Never leave it. Hard!
boys are sweeping hard on this one. Right by the guard. They're going to go the opposite direction with the roll on this one.
Rolling to the other side of center line, leaving it probably about a quarter open. EJ being called just to come down and tap it back. This one's starting to take off.
It's going to wick on the top guard. This is a bit of a miss. The first time we've seen one of these from the front end of the Jacobs team. Been playing a pretty strong game so far, so it's a little bit of a shocker there, and opportunity now for Dunstone to place a rock inside the house.
Matt calling for a draw around his corner guards.
Schneider with his second stone here.
Yep, I like it though.
Close for line. Yep, hard line, hard line. Gotta go, dude.
Not necessarily looking for shot rock, but looking for more of a setup for later on and getting it fully
Hard,
buried.
Deucey. Hard! Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just barely by it.
Barely by it. It's going to hit the back one.
Coming up a little bit light though.
Not the outcome that they were hoping for on that shot, but
Just by the guard.
just by, and then hoping for a little kiss there, and that would have helped out. Instead, to get it on the back one, and too little, too late. So Jacobs now.
Opportunity lost there for the Dunstone team. Now Ryan Fry has a wide open takeout.
Hit, a bit of a roll. Now a little more difficult now for the Dunstone team to move that top yellow and get a double. So
Yeah, the double's almost impossible the way that the rocks are lined up. Each one showing a kind of a half on the inside.
No rollover,
Don't
so
even have to kill it. Let's get it to the back 12, just through. Just half. We'll try and kill it, but don't worry about that.
Got it.
Yep.
That was a good, yeah.
Gotta go. Can't leave it. Hard, Lucy.
What the fucking roll when the guy's yelling boom in your backside? Jesus fuck.
Of course, with lots of sheets in play here, get noise from other sheets.
a bit of a distraction. Fry looking for the hit and roll again, the exact same type of shot. It's a piece. Hits his other stone and pushes that in. As you can see here, catches it in that little tap. Gives the Dunstone team opportunity for a double here if they want to play it on the inside.
Matt's open for a double and a little bit of roll in behind his corner guards. Coming off the top of the
You're hitting this one for, yeah.
outside stone.
Moskowy with the ton of weight on this one.
No. No. Spin up there.
1, 2.
No, you're buried.
Beautiful shot by Moskowy and bearing one.
Didn't want to spin too much because then he could angle it onto it. Nice.
Tick, tack, and toe. What a beautiful shot by Dunstone's squad. And they are buried for one behind their own cover.
Really good shot. In behind offsetting corner guards.
Jacobs and Fry trying to decide what's going on.
Jason Gunlisson scored 2 in the fourth. Still trailing 4-3. Braden Calvert scored 1 in the fourth. Still trailing 2-1 in that matchup.
Brad Jacobs. Looking to bury one in there with his first stone.
Haven't seen much defense out of the Jacobs team tonight. They're almost like they have the foot on the gas all the way through the game.
They need this to bury. They get it to the back four. It's
pretty much fully exposed.
But a good opportunity for Jacobs to test out his draw weight here. And
You're not going very far with half is all.
Can I get just an inch less room then?
Sure.
Board weight.
Matt looking to play board weight down.
just a little tap and a little roll. Sit two.
Roll it to as far in the back as you can.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Gotta go, dude.
Clean.
Whoa!
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Off.
Whoa!
Yep. Yep.
Yep! Hard!
Whoa.
Hard, never
Whoa.
leave it!
Yep.
Hard, all you get! All you get! Hard, 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 hard!
And they roll this one to the other side.
We're working you.
Good shot, buddy.
As you can see here, it's a good piece of this one. Nice little roll. Takes it away from the other side where they could perhaps hit and roll back in and hide under cover. And leaving Jacobs with the opportunity to draw another one in. This time it was looking for a little bit more cover than he did with his last rock. Had his weight bang on.
Yes. Perfect weight, perfect call.
But instead he goes for the hit, stick. Going to concede and give up the two this end, and we're going to have a tied game if Dunstone just replaces that rock. So Matt Dunstone, opportunity to tie this game back up in the fifth end. Just has to hit and stick. We've got a tied game. Last rock here in the fifth end of play. Matt Dunstone looking to hit, stick, get his two.
Controlled weight. Brusher's just keeping it clean.
And just like that, he's got a pair. We've played five. We've got three to go. We are tied up at 5. When we come back, the sixth end of play here at the 2018 Canad Inns Men's Classic.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inns Destination Centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
We're back in Portage for the sixth end. Dustin Kidby with the first rock of the end. Jacobs Foursome with the hammer.
Trying to change up his strategy and go for the draw to the button. Didn't quite make it in there.
Jacobs ignoring the rock and just putting up his corner guard.
Updates from the other games. Brendan Botcher still has a 2-1 lead over Braden Calvert. Kevin Cooey's up 3-2 over Glenn Howard. Carson Sturmey still has a 4-3 lead over Jason Gunlickson.
We're all tied up at 5 here on sheet number 6. Dunstone and Jacobs. Trying to drag this rock as far as they can.
Center line guard.
Looking to play this one as far back as they can into the rings. Burying it behind their yellow.
Full 8 foot.
Dunstone just wanting to remove that one right away. Perhaps hit and roll behind his blue.
Half covered. Nice controlled weight.
Lead. Yep, blow then. Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Playing this one hard for line.
Yes.
Want to get that roll behind the cover in the front.
Get her going, get her going.
Hard as it can. Dunstone's trying to move that rock, but
Good try.
it's a way out in the open.
Yeah, good try.
Jacobs now looking for the hit and roll.
Gets the hit and rolls. A little bit too far.
We look at that one again. Just a hit. Little wick. Little roll. A little too far out though, so it is visible on the other side. Dunstone just
Looking to play tap back weight.
Schneider keeping it nice and controlled. Let the sweepers handle it, keep it for line. And they hit and roll out to the 12 foot.
Now Brad calling for the removal of the Dunstone stone. Hopefully for a roll in behind the two center line, or the one center line guard, one in the 4 foot.
And they just replaced Owens. Now Dunstone with the opportunity to try to hit and roll.
Yeah, I think give this a pretty good go. Mike, easy.
Okay, easy. Whoa. Whoa.
Right off, dude.
No.
Can't. Can't.
Okay, Mom.
Didn't come up on him, hit and rolled out. Of course, we are looking for a new champion at the 2018 Canada Mixed Men's, or the Men's Championship, with Reed Crevers losing earlier.
Ryan Fry with the opportunity to draw in here and give Team Jacobs a single shot rock. This rock is really starting to move now. Beautifully around that front one of the 12 foot and right on the tee line. Great shot by the third, Ryan Fry.
Yeah, a few rounds ago, I was just a little light on you. Remember I gave you juice? Did I get 20? Yeah, nice.
Of course, next weekend we have the women's here in Portage la Prairie.
Added quite a bit.
We will be here.
Line's good.
You'll see the
Thursday to
likes.
Sunday, we'll be broadcasting curling for people.
You'll see the likes of Eve Muirhead from Scotland,
Whoa, no bounce still.
Nina Roth, Jamie Sinclair from the United States, along with Manitoba teams, Carrie Enerson, Darcy Robinson.
So the Dunstone squad just froze right up to that one in the 4 foot. Still looks like yellow may have shot rocks, so Fry just being asked to come right back down and do it again.
Looking for something that maybe he could use a little later in the end.
Perhaps freeze up to that blue in the 4 foot. Give him an opportunity to tap that out.
Change the angles a little bit more favor of him, because they certainly aren't now.
This one just kisses the blue, but still usable.
Can't really lock another one. I think you give it a go. Like, honestly, if you hit the guard,
Well, yeah, like,
say you hit the guard, he nuts that, like,
even if I was to do something like that still, like, throw it smart.
Just make it.
Yeah.
Nose hit.
Ian, just defer. Or we could even throw a norm.
Like, is this crazy with hack?
I don't think so.
Then if he
got a dead
hits
stop
that,
it.
we're out counting him. He's just one if he plugs it.
Yeah, he's got to plug it.
And if he does, we'll be second. His shooter rolls a bit. Maybe we can come off it.
Yeah.
Probably smarter.
I think.
Because, like, honestly, if you make that, he hacks and rolls, we hit it, it's a draw for one.
Yeah.
I think this is a shot, boys. But, yeah, I think if anything, it makes it easier for him. If you just bounce that a little and sit in there and cross it. Seriously. Nope, not easy for us either. What are you're seeing this double, eh?
That was my first thought. I just love that.
Okay, let's play for nose. Like, nose just misses it, but...
The Dunstone seem really talking out their shot here as we get into the later ends of the game.
On sheet number 5, Sturmey taking another 2 points in the 5th end. He's leading that game by a score of 6-3. And not much for changes on the other ones so far, but we will keep you up to date as we see them happen.
Probably double peels and tries to make that double.
Or we make that same hack and roll and he's got a nut for one.
Don't mind the guard.
I think, yeah. Well, and if he doesn't make his double feel perfect either, we got it's not easy, but if I ever flip the blue off, we're hanging on three.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Three ball kick.
leaving if you do that. I'm good with that.
Nothing on this. I'm seeing it in middle eight.
You want like,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's pick a spot, I guess. Yeah, you got to tap it. Yeah, Catlin's right. You don't want to leave him this intern through here, honestly. Just dead tap it. How's that look?
I still think even last month, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the Dunstone has thought their strategy out.
I still think that's a bit too much, Moss.
Eh?
Dunstone with his first rock of the end.
As soon as you're
Switch it
over,
up,
whoa.
switch. Switch.
Whoa then. Absolutely demolishing the line.
Deuce, you
Gotta go, Deuce.
You gotta go, Deuce. Deuce, you gotta go. Hard!
Come on, boys.
Not the result that he was looking for there.
No, a tough break for the Dunstone team. Looks like it's 2 for Howard against the Cooey rink, so we believe it's 4-3 after 5 ends of play there.
Glenn trying a long angle raise to try and get a 3rd point in there, but was unsuccessful. Great attempt at it.
And it looks like it was a single for Botcher. His matchup against Calvert leads that one by a score of 3-1.
Brad Jacobs looking to play a tap back. On the high side of their own stone, driving it back on the Dunstone stone.
Yeah, the Dunstone stone is, I believe, second shot. So I think he's just trying to open it up a little bit.
Trying to get into score is 2.
Yeah.
Opened up a little bit. Widen the scoring surface a little bit.
I think the fear is that the Dunstone still has an opportunity to drive that one in there, tap back his own blue, and sit to himself. So trying to put a stop to this now early. Jacobs with his first rock. Hits it. Jams on the back yellow. They manage, though, to remove the blue stone, and they are still sitting 2. Looking at this one again in slow motion, as you can see here. Catches it, but a little too thin, I think.
Still had the same result that he wanted. Lying 2.
And making it very difficult here for Dunstone to decide on what's the best strategy here.
Yeah, just cut off the draw as much as you can. Throw a bit of weight at it, roll it flatter. Normal. Okay. No, I think normal. Like it's gonna run straighter here than it will. Okay.
Matt Dunstone
You need half of that.
opting to play the takeout of the back. Jacob Stone. Hopefully getting an inside roll.
Normal should be good. Roll it to the back.
Shrinking the scoring circle into the 4-foot. I'm not sure the in-turn draw is in there with the guards in place, with that one high guard.
Last rock for Matt Dunstone as he looks to eliminate a yellow at the back of the house.
Easy, easy.
Needs to stick, though, to make it a little bit tougher.
Right off, right off, right off.
Hit and stick, which means Jacobs needs to at least bite the 4-foot to get his 2 in this end, or play the hit and roll.
Opting just for the straight hit.
If he hits it straight on, he's good, as long as he doesn't make any movement to the outside. It is wide open from his end, so why not? If you're more comfortable with it, might as well go with it. So we are tied at 5 apiece here in the 6th end of play. Chance for 2 here for Brad Jacobs.
Sweeper's just keeping it clean.
Yep, looks like it's a good stone. No worry there. Hit, stick. He's got 2. It is 7-5 after 6 ends of play. We've got 2 more to go. The 2018 Canadians Men's Classic couldn't be done without their many sponsors. And we are back here in Portage at the Portage Curling Club. Ken Platink, Trent Ward. We've got 2 ends to go, Trent, and Brad Jacobs leading by 2 on Matt Dunstone. Dunstone now has the hammer. What's the strategy, you think, at this point for the Jacobs squad? Do they...
With 2 ends remaining.
Still pretty aggressive?
I think they'll still go fairly aggressive. They're up by two ends remaining. Knowing even if they do give up 2 here, they're still coming home with the hammer.
6th end, one of the most important ends in this new 5 rock free guard zone.
Of course, here on the World Curling Tour, we only play 8 ends. So the games can get away from you in a hurry.
So it's important that either Dunstone tries to hold them to a 1 here, or maybe blanks it all the way up to the 8th.
Or score 2 himself.
You never quite know with the new free guard zone rules, and we have seen a lot of stealing from sheet to sheet.
Jacob's team threw up the center line guard. Dunstone's going to go through his corner guard. Jacob's now deciding to come around that center line guard. We've also seen a number of teams in this place throw up a second center line guard.
Trying this one hard for line to get it around the center. And back off and woo, just barely by it. And it's going to peek out the other side just a little bit.
Coming to rest.
Great shot. Dunstone just wants to put up another guard up front. So the corner guard for Matt Dunstone and Dustin Kidby.
We've seen the Dunstone team do this fairly regular through the event, where they like to throw their 2 quarters, 2 quarter guards.
It's good.
Great shot up front. 2 good guards.
Jacob's team coming down to now talk. Both times tonight, Matt has thrown up the double corner guards. He's been able to score his deuce.
Dunstone with the hammer. Trailing by 2. Jacobs looking to plug up the hole in the front with another guard.
Cut off the path from those. Close the port on the left-hand side. Stopping either a draw in behind the corner guards or
rushing this one for line and for weight. Curling as much as they'd like to think a little wick here would be nice.
Gets the wick.
And that's exactly what they wanted.
Over there is nice.
I think firm.
3/4.
Dunstone looking at removing some of the rocks in the front. Opening it up.
Of course, not wanting to see too many yellows right up front.
Whoa.
This one is just hanging out there. It's only one stone. Not exactly the result they wanted, but still a positive. Gives Jacobs, though, the opportunity to place another one up front.
I think Catlin will be a little disappointed in that shot. Looks like he kind of slid out a little bit off center when he was throwing that.
EJ with his second shot.
Trying to replace the guard.
They just want this one to get up front, close to center. Give them an opportunity to come around again. Does exactly just that.
You want to cross space.
Nose good.
Cross the face. I think we want to open this hole up, don't we?
Nose is nice. Then he goes around. We have something to run onto it.
Do this. He comes around. We got something to board weight, hit, and roll.
If he doesn't make it good, yeah.
Hey, I think either way is good.
Okay, well, pick away.
Yeah. Try for nose. Try for nose.
So nose hit, take out. Remove the yellow guard and hopefully the yellow counter in the back. Schneider with his second shot. Looking for a little redemption after the first one didn't go the way you wanted.
Whoa. Yep.
This one
Yep.
starting to come back a little bit.
Hard.
On the nose.
Good.
Manages to get both.
Nice shot.
Good line call from Matt, realizing that that one was not going to make it up to nose and keeping the sweepers on it to hold the line to take it out on the high side.
Worked out well for them in that case. So Ryan
Also-
Fry's now turned to place a guard up front.
Also opened up the port a little bit now.
A group discussion here.
Of course, there are no time clocks at this event, so the teams can take as much time and discuss strategy. Discussion is on where to place the stone. Do they choose to
Guard again, or do they go in now?
Well, I think they're going to go in no matter where they go. They want to be first in.
Jacobs did mention at first that he was thinking about throwing up another guard, but now the discussion is obviously changing.
With the amount of swing in the ice, I believe a draw might be a little bit hard. Of course, Greg Iwascu and his team here have done a fabulous job of the ice all weekend.
Curler's really enjoying the, as some say, as close to arena ice as you could possibly find. So
There's a good 5.5 feet in the curl. 14.5 from hog to hog on draw weight. So they've made their decision. Going after the high corner guard. Trying to take out a few of them, I do believe.
And now, less rocks to play with for the Dunstone squad.
Well, I think you're up. I think you're up in here a lot of the time. What if we just sink one for now? He's gonna run it, right? Makes the double peel easier on your next one. Yeah. I love the yeah. Yeah, I'd have to throw a rocket. Honestly, I think it's great. Obviously, best shot if you make it, but I just think we're rolling up in here a lot. Make this. No, I don't love going over there. He's got a ton to roll to. Go there for now. See what happens. We know this well too. Sure. Be like top. No.
Kevin Cooey and Glenn Howard are blanking 7.
Tightening up just a hair on us, Ducey. What do you think?
Glenn Howard still holds the lead there. 4-3. Coming home in 8.
So we've got a draw here to the 12 to 8 foot, wherever he can sink this.
Line's good. Heavy. Close. More than that. Gotta go. Talk to him. Whoa. Real close for line. Yep. Gotta go. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Watching this one for line.
No.
Needs to finish. This rock moving quite a bit.
Hey, Moss.
It is buried the back there, and though it is capable, you are capable of drawing up to that one and tapping it out if you wanted to. But
you have about 8 of the rock open on the
outside.
On the outside, if you want to try and go through that port.
We all know though that the Jacobs team likes to play hits, so
or the straight run back.
Straight run back, remove the guard and the shot rock in the back.
Weird end. So if he just straight peels, I go around with the deuce for sure.
Ryan Fry with his last stone of the 7th end. Straight back.
Needed to come up a little bit.
And peels that one off. So Muskogee with his final rock.
It's 2 for sure. Are we happy with that, or do we want to try and get 3? I think you play this. That's my vote. I just think a lot of the time in 8 anyways, we're taking 2 and stealing in the extra, right? No, I know. But this is still 3 opportunity, isn't it?
That's 2.
This just looks so stupid. Like, I see his point, but...
Straight peel it. You're not getting 3 if you go around. It's automatic.
Why
2.
not?
He hits the back one, and then we got to hit it.
Well, if he knows as we freeze him...
Yeah, he's not going to miss the blast, though. I think you peel the blue.
Okay.
Maybe we don't want to hit it, though, because he can wrap around this. Just straight peel.
Out turn?
Sure.
So a really different strategy here.
Yeah.
The Dunstone team may be looking at not seeing where they could find 2 or 3 here. They're
Muscovy just wants to peel this.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
peel this almost like they're thinking of blanking the end and
roll that in.
Yep. Get it out.
Interesting. So Jacob's looking at just freezing up to the bluestone. Brad Jacobs here with his first of two. Skips rocks in the seventh end.
trying to dead freeze, lock it on tight.
Brad Jacobs, his first stone of the seventh, and looking to freeze right up to that blue in the back 12.
Line looks good. Now it's just a question of weight. A little tap and roll off.
Dunstone now.
Matty, hit a quarter. Just firm. Yeah, exactly. Hey? Like you want to stick here.
Yeah, I just don't want to be going bang, bang through.
No, quarter doesn't. That's why I'm saying hit a quarter. Yeah. Okay.
Dunstone team hoping to blank the end. Try and get
Firm.
two
Yeah.
in the eighth.
Half rock.
To tie or
Thin
three in the
half.
eighth and win. Instead of taking their two and trying to steal an eighth.
It does make it difficult in the eighth to knowing that you are tied and you do not have hammer, so you know what the thought process of your opponent is, and they are so good at peeling rocks and removing them, so
Yep.
Hard, you gotta go.
Matt Dunstone
Never leave it, Cat.
Hard.
Never leave it. Hard.
with his stone hits it full. Sitting two now and allowing Jacobs to either hit or freeze.
Jacob Sheed trying to hit and roll in front.
Brad Jacobs with his final stone here of the end. Hitting a bit of a roll to the outside in front of the rock that's in the 12-foot. Be ideal. Try to force his opponent to take a 1 here in the 7th end. Hit, little roll. So Matt Dunstone now looking to blank this end.
Has to play the double and roll out.
Right there with board.
We're trying to hit 2/3, right?
Yeah.
You're looking down at the screen at this one.
Just a hair high is going to get it, but
Okay.
that's got to be close.
Okay.
Nice hit, nice little roll by the Jacobs team.
This isn't just a simple peel. It's
No. Final rock here of the 7th end. Matt Dunstone looking to eliminate.
Yep, you got to go. Hard cat.
Yep.
Whoa.
The yellow stone.
Yep. Gotta go.
Whoa.
Gotta go. Hard.
Clean.
He takes his 2. Didn't get his blank that he was hoping for, but manages to tie up this game. We are tied after 7 ends of play with 7 apiece. Dunstone and Jacobs. Jacobs will start the 8th with the hammer. We have more coming up right after this.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
And we are back here in Portage La Prairie at the Portage Curling Club for the 2018 Canad Inns Men's Classic. Ken Plating, Trent Ward bringing you all the action here. And plenty of things still going on in all 4 sheets, though we may have our first final here in one moment.
Where are we going?
As there is one more stone left to be played between Botchart and Calvert. Calvert sitting 2. And Botchart having a chance to draw in here for the win.
calling for the straight draw, full 8-foot.
Some of the other 8 games going on, and of course, Kevin Cooey playing Glenn Howard. And they are almost complete as well. They have just 6 stones remaining in their game. And we will get you an update on the Sturmey Gunlickson game. They just finished the 7th end and didn't get a chance to see what happened there, but as soon as they put up the score, we will let you know, and they just did. It was 2 points for Gunlickson, so 6-7. He trails as they head home.
8 feet or 6 to 8 feet. Sweep the rest.
Sturmey with the hammer and a 1-point lead. So, and we have handshakes over on sheet number 3.
Third tight.
Brendan Botcher drawing in.
Looks like he picks up the win. Botcher will play the winner of this game tomorrow at noon.
Like it.
Line's good.
Need us yet.
So Botcher, I think, scored a single, winning that game by a score of 4-2 in the 8th.
Weight's good. Weight's real good.
Got a curl.
Okay. Wait till the end. Make sure.
And we are tied here, 7 apiece. Dunstone Jacobs.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Every inch. What?
Dunstone putting up 2 guards up front. Jacobs looking for the 4-foot on this shot, coming around the center line guards.
Team Jacobs going for the draw. Didn't quite get it buried around, left it 3/4 open.
It's like top button. I think you want to just give me back.
Left it in front of the tee line though, so.
Line right here.
Go T-line.
Nice opportunity here for Dunstone to come down to the stone. Maybe get a little roll in behind the cover.
Okay, yeah, and like he's gonna be there, right? Okay. Go good. Trust it. T-line.
How's the weight? T-line. Close. Yep. Whoa.
Back
Whoa.
4. Back 4.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Back
whoa.
4.
Off. Off. Close.
Clean.
Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
back
Yep.
4.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep.
Nice rock, a little bit of a roll on this one.
Good shot.
Great shot. Looks like Blue maybe shot stone.
Yeah, good job. Great throw, buddy. Perfect weight.
Another look at this one as it's coming in.
Great tap and roll to the inside for shot.
Jacobs looking to get rid of some of those center line guards now. Close to getting 2.
Peeled the front one off. Matt Dunstone asking for that stone to be replaced.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. It's a lot less time to cross. That's good.
Line's good.
Yep, I like it.
Little tight of the path.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Weight's really good. Yeah,
Not
yeah, we're
curling
good.
yet.
Doesn't need us at all.
Yeah, it's running.
This rock
good.
staying out
Line's
there a
good.
little
Line's
bit.
Good now.
Starting to come in.
Whoa, whoa. Yep, yep, yep.
Finish just a little bit. A little bit offsetting, but
They're happy with that. Jacobs once again running this stone off. Just a simple peel. And another stone removed.
What did he throw you, Deuce? I need about a 30 to 40. Okay. Am I out?
We've played 8 rocks already at this end. We have 8 to go.
Dunstone team's just going to replace that guard again. Keep their counter in the 4-foot covered.
Only if you have to.
Be over.
Little bit of room, guys.
You can wait.
Line's good.
You can wait.
Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Line's
Just clean,
good.
just clean, just clean.
Looks light. Hard. Once.
Line's
Line's
good.
perfect. Line's perfect. Once you're over,
Doesn't
get
need
off.
to move. A little bit, Cat. Yep.
Beauty. Great spot.
Another good guard up front by the Dunstone team. So Jacobs, I think, looking for Fry to do the double peel here. One, two. Great shot. And that was what Ryan Fry is known for doing. Big weight, great peels, and just a piece of that other rock, just enough to push it out.
Even got a little bit of roll to the outside on his shooter.
Scoey now with his second rock.
Being asked to throw a
I got more than that.
guard back up.
Early. Hard deuce. Hard deuce. Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa. Whoa, off. Off.
Good, honey. Good, honey.
Okay, that's fine.
Comes the rest just off center. Pretty much fully covering the Dunstone team in the 4-foot.
A lot of decisions being made on sheet number 4. In fact, they were only down to, I think, 6 rocks when we started this end, and we're slowly catching up to them.
They're on the first of skip stones.
Ryan Fry looking to remove that stone in the front of the house. Makes it look so easy every time he does it.
I just didn't think I threw that second one very positive.
That's gotta be.
So Dunstone looking to do the same.
Weight right, Maddie, eh?
Yeah, right on the logo,
We've
eh?
just been cleaning those, so if we have to sweep it, changes it.
Okay. Lay it up there for you.
We're on to skip stones here. Matt Dunstone.
Yeah, right at the top.
Matt Dunstone, his first stone this end.
Easy early. Can't touch early. Can't
Whoa,
touch,
whoa.
Deuce.
Off
Deuce,
the
you
line.
can't. That's good. It's got off.
This one is wide. Wide. Is it going to wreck on the guard?
Oh, we're touching a lot of it.
All you get,
Hammer
all
it,
you
hammer
get.
it, hammer it, hammer it.
Kind of rub off of
Just
it.
a pull over.
Keep going.
That rock just hung out there.
It did, yes. Got a piece of it and covered the outside half of their shot stone.
Now the question is, does Jacobs go for it now? Taking a look at that shot there, just they tried to move that stone, just not enough. It hung out there for just too long.
Jacobs decided to come down and
Play to that blue one.
play that blue one. That's the most dangerous stone out there right now for the Jacobs team. Trying to remove. Change the ankles, change the stones a little bit.
Brad Jacobs with his first stone. Looking to come down to the shot rock in the forefoot. Maybe give it a little tap out. Rock's now moving. Little wick off that yellow and out the back. And just like that, Brad Jacobs is now sitting 3.
This didn't do a whole lot, eh?
You swept it pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm seeing half right.
And as you can see here on the replay, just good chunk of that rock, gets a little wick off that yellow and bounces right out.
Does that look like max ice to you even?
I think it's close.
And I don't want to point out that we're now at the same point on sheet number 4. They still have a stone apiece on sheet 4. Cooey and Howard. We have a stone apiece here for Dunstone and Jacobs.
Maybe hair more broom?
Glenn Howard is facing 3 Cooey counters right now, trying to get in there for shot.
Cooey, though, with the hammer, so doesn't want to oversweep this. And gets shot stone in the back, so fortunately you guys can't see it at home, but we can see it here. And Glenn Howard with a beauty.
Clean. Whoa, whoa,
Back to our sheet here. Dunstone with his last rock here of the
Clean, yep.
8th end.
Whoa! Yep, yep!
Looking just to hit.
Whoa!
whoa, clean.
Yep!
Count as shot stone.
Yes.
Whoa! Yep! Whoa!
Wants a little roll on the inside if he can.
No roll. Oh, nice.
Beauty of a stone.
Good shot, leaving. Forcing Brad Jacobs for the draw to the forefoot.
Cooey with a dynamite shot on his last one. Off his own, bounces in, takes out the shot stone, and sits 3 to win his matchup against Glenn Howard, so he will move on. Last stone here on this sheet to be decided with a draw. Just needs to bite the forefoot. Sweepers
Line's
know the
good.
weight is there. Line looks good. Let this one just come to a rest. And just like that, you have it. Brad Jacobs in his foursome will move on in this one. We'll face the Botcher foursome tomorrow at noon. Great matchup between these two teams right down to the last rock. Well, for myself and for Trent, we thank you for watching here tonight. We are back tomorrow at noon for the semis of the 2018 Canad Men's Classic. From all of us here at Portage la Prairie, have yourself a good evening.